What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Dead Island 2 in 2022. Is this the year? Now, you could have made this video, and as I've said actually for a couple of the games I have, you could have made this video for the last, like 7 to 8 years. This is a game, obviously, in some probably deep trouble, but I believe this was the year, this past year, that we did get further confirmation. I think it was earlier this year, or maybe it was late last year. The game is still real, right? It's still happening. It still exists, and that's good. I mean, thank God, in a way. It depends on if you even care about this game anymore. I have general interest in the way that I cover games, and this is a game, and so I cover it. And does that make sense to everybody? So, I've had my fair share of, I guess, problems, or I've talked about what I've thought of the first Dead Island game, but, where it's gone since then, and with Dying Light and all that stuff, like, I like Dying Light. I'm very excited for Dying Light 2. Dead Island 1, again, was very mixed for me, and obviously these are different studios I'm talking about, but the game is like, I think it's just so far off everybody's radar, not wrongly. I think it's kind of just what happens, and it makes sense, and I don't blame anybody for, again, not caring about this game if you don't. But I do think there is some people out there that would care, and I do think, if the game can come back into the spotlight full force, I mean, it has to come out, and I'm not saying like it needs to release next year, but it does, I think, need to be at some point, at the time we're alive on this earth, it needs to be shown again. And then when that happens, I think it really just needs to be, I don't know, bigger than life in a way that when you see it, it makes a mark, and then you're going to care about it going forward. I mean, at this point, when we do see it, if we do see it, it's best to probably just ignore the last decade even happened in terms of Dead Island, and just kind of accept that this is kind of the starting point, and then go forward with that. But I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say I would imagine the game gets shown next year, but every year is a problem. I guess my main thing, or what I would like to say for Dead Island, is similar in a way with Skull and Bones. And basically what it is all they need to do is kind of get hot, like get on a streak for a certain length of time. Like Skull and Bones, what we've heard of, right? That's the Ubisoft pirate game, right? That game had been like restarted multiple times, like 2-3 times. And what I was always saying year to year with that game is all you need is a streak of, okay, well, yeah, there is a point where you do forget about the first several attempts and the first several years of nothingness, and you ignore it, and then you just focus on that last little part that they're actually making the game that we will see. And then it's like, okay, well, then the game may actually be shown relatively soon. So Skull and Bones, they've probably been working on the version for a couple of years, and the rumor is next year, 2022, is the year we're going to see it. So they're actually getting closer with that game. Again, I think in a lot of ways, it's a different company, obviously, but I think you can use the same logic for Dead Island. Yes, of course, again, this has jumped from studio to studio, and not even just studios, but also publishers, right? But all you need is the ones who are making it now. Somewhere in this world, there's a group, and in fact, we know the group, right, that's working on this game. All you need is them to have put together a 2 to 3 year time segment, right, where they've been working on it. And if you have that, if that does exist, which I think it probably does, maybe, possibly, then we are getting close to seeing it. So that's the optimistic side of me talking, right, that really, to see it next year, like a trailer. I'm not saying it needs to release, but to see it next year, all it really means is the team that's working on it now, 2-3 years, like that's it. Maybe not even 3. Like let's just go 1 to 2 years, right? If they've been working on it for 1 to 2 years, they could have something to show, as long as they feel comfortable and the publisher feels comfortable, Deep Silver, right, that it's eventually going to come out, then you could show it. And yeah, it's going to suck when you show it and you say, yeah, it's still like 2 years out. I couldn't imagine them doing a trailer and then saying it releases like the current year, because that would be kind of insane. But it will suck. Like, people will make fun of you. But at this point, again, like, people will do that. I'm sure I will even do that. If you're them, you just kind of ignore it. And also in just a general how you think about this game perspective, like I said, it is probably best to just ignore that most of the last decade, the past 10 years even happened, and then just focus on the now, because, it's possible they have a working version, and then you give it a couple more years, and maybe it's out. So let's hope. Dying Light 2 obviously releases very early February, so probably it's not best to have it be anywhere near Dying Light, because you don't want confusion, you don't want competition against other zombie games. Luckily, zombie games have kind of died out after being so popular for like a span of like 3 to 5 years, right? So maybe it happens next year, maybe it doesn't, but I can't believe that. Actually, I'm glad. I'm glad the game still exists, at least right now. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, I have a Twitter, I have a second YouTube channel. I also have Patreon and YouTube memberships. The links for all of them are in the description below. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you all on the next video.